Hey guys, welcome to The Sophisticated Scoundrel. Tonight I am sipping on Sagamore Spirit Rye. Really great stuff, especially for Manhattan. So if you see this at the store, give it a shot. Before we get into today's topic, I would invite you to subscribe to this channel so you get the latest and greatest, and also to like the video. Those things really do help in boosting this in the YouTube algorithm. So today's topic is, how do you keep the spark in a long-term relationship? This was a question I had from a guy on Instagram, and my advice to him was to always treat the relationship like it's just the beginning. And what I mean by that is all the things that you did as a man to court the girl at the beginning, you've got to keep doing those things throughout the relationship. So essentially, the courtship never ends. A lot of guys think that once they get the girl or once they get married, then boom, whoof, all my work is done. I can chill, I can watch TV and play the video games, and we are good to go. But that is not the case, fellas. That is called complacency, and I've seen a lot of guys do this, and a lot of guys run into trouble when they come to me saying, my girl is breaking up with me, and I don't know what to do, I don't know what happened, I didn't see it coming. And a lot of guys, they never see it coming. And the reason why is because oftentimes you get lazy, and we get complacent, we all do it. And because you get used to a certain thing, you go into a routine, and guys love routines. We're very creatures of habit. We love to get up at the same time, do our thing, have these little things. Guys are very routine focused, right? But that is not how women work. The feminine energy seeks variation, chaos, ups and downs, and that's why you'll find that women will sometimes purposely instigate a fight because they want to feel something different than the boringness that's going on in the relationship. They want to feel those thrills of excitement, even if it's a negative thrill. They want to feel something, so they'll purposely poke you and prod you to get you to respond, to get you to react. They want to feel those ups and downs. So the way you handle giving her those things so she feels fulfilled is by you instigating those ups and downs. So you can lead those ups and downs, and it's not being controlled by her in a negative way. So how do you do this? Well, one of the biggest things, the easiest thing that you can do is to remember this secret weapon, which is surprises. And everyone loves surprises, right? And even women who say they don't like surprises, they still like them. And you don't have to have some surprise party with 1 million people, nothing like that. But when I say surprise, it can be something as simple as some random night, Thursday night, you just call her up and say, hey babe, I'm going to swing home. I'll be there at 6 o'clock. I want you ready. I want you to be put on a nice little sexy dress and some heels. I'm going to pick you up. We're going out. And she's going to say, well, what do you mean? Like, I got to do this? I'm like, no. I got it taken care of. Everything's good. I got a sitter for the kids. Everything's set. Be ready at 6 when I come home, and we're going to go out. Now she's going to wonder, well, where are we going? It's like, no, don't worry about it. I got this covered. That's for me to know and you to find out. And this creates a little bit of a panic, a little bit of excitement. Now she's curious. Now she's going to wonder all day, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? Where are we going? That can be a surprise in and of itself. It doesn't have to be something grandiose. It can be very, very simple. And then you pick her up, and maybe you take her to some new restaurant that you figured out, or a new bar, or maybe you take her mini golfing, or it could be, I don't know, a bar and play darts. Anything. It doesn't really matter. That's the point is, it doesn't really matter necessarily. It's just the fact that you are giving her the gift of a surprise, of an emotional excitement. This is huge, and it's easy. It doesn't take much effort on your part. And what's cool about this thing, if you use the trick of surprises, is that not only does she feel excited and feel, upbeat about it and energetic and feminine, you get to feel masculine. Why? because you are leading this thing, you're handling everything, you're figuring it out, you are coming up with this mission. You have to carry out the mission, and at the end of the night, you've succeeded, and boom, you successfully carried out your mission, and you're gonna go home feeling like $1,000,000 yourself. And now both of you are feeling great because you're the man, and you feel masculine because you took your woman out on a beautiful night on the town, and she's feeling feminine because her man led her through this amazing experience, this evening that he planned, and she could just let go, not think, and completely be in her feminine energy. So that is something that's very, very important when you want to keep things going long term, is you got to keep the surprise factor. Another thing too that I recommend to men is that don't always be so readily available. And I think guys get into this trap that they think that they always have to be available whenever she needs you. You know, as soon as she asks you to do something, you have to drop everything to just go. And this has a negative effect ultimately, because you don't have a mysterious edge anymore. You are predictable. And again, where does this go? It goes to boredom. And boredom is really the worst thing that can happen in your relationship with regards to your woman. Boredom is it's the quickest way to dry a pair of panties. It's boredom. So what does this mean then for you? Well, this means that you need to have your own shit going on. You need to have hobbies. You need to be involved with something that takes you outside, away from her during the week. Because if you're constantly around and constantly at her beck and call, you just become an errand boy and you're boring and predictable. But if you've got hobbies, if you got bowling with the guys, if you got, you're taking some class, taekwondo, whatever the hell it is, you're gone and she's wondering about you. She has some time away from you to desire you, to want to see you more. And if you're gone a little more often, you'll start to, if you're having trouble right now because, and maybe she says she's getting bored or you can tell she's being distant. Well, this is exactly what you need to do. You need to fill your schedule to give her a little break and to allow her to miss you. That's a problem that so many guys have, is they do not allow their woman to miss her. I know this might seem counterintuitive, and a lot of guys think, I'm supposed to do everything for her, and I got to be there constantly, otherwise she's going to get mad. I mean, if she's a woman like that, then I'm sorry to say you've picked the wrong woman. But even with women who aren't like that, you still need to give them time to miss you. You need to be out there hanging with your boys, doing your own thing. I've seen so many guys always having to check in with their girlfriend, or I gotta ask permission. I mean, that is the most weakest shit out there. You need to establish from the beginning that you're a busy guy and you're going to continue to be a busy guy whether you're in a relationship or not. And this will have a positive effect on her attraction levels towards you. So if you're in a relationship for the long term and you want it to stay spicy, keep that flame, then you need to make sure that you're maintaining, that edge and that passion that you have even before you met her. Don't be giving up who you are in efforts to please her. That's just not the way to go. This being said, now those are a couple things that you can do as a guy to keep things going. But you got to also make sure that you're looking at what she's doing. But here's the thing: the man is the leader of the relationship. I don't care what other people say. Everything does start with you and it ends with you. So, for example, staying physically attractive to each other is super important. Now, if you're a fat dude and you're lazy and you eat like shit and don't work out and don't take care of yourself, well, guess what kind of you're still leading the relationship, but you're leading it down a bad path because she's going to mimic what you're doing. Why would she want to stay in shape if you're not in shape, right? So if you want to maintain that level of attraction towards her and you want a sexy girl, then you need to be doing the same thing because, again, you're leading this by example, right? So a lot of guys, they won't be attracted to their wife or their girlfriend after a long time. And I'm guessing, in so many of the circumstances I've seen, it's because the guy's fat. You're out of shape, man. Let's be real. You're being lazy and you expect her to be hot. That's bullshit. So in order for her to stay hot, you need to stay looking good too. And trust me, when she sees you are looking good, she's going to feel left behind, and she's not going to want to feel left behind. She's going to know that, wow, all these other women are looking at you and you're getting attention, and she is not going to like that. Not that you're doing it on purpose, but when you're attracting other women, she's going to want to also mold herself and build herself into a woman that is also attractive. She wants to be able to hold your attention. If she sees other women seeing you and flirting with you or giving you attention, let's just put it that way, she's going to want to make sure that she looks just as good so she can hold your attention just as much. And every girl that I've ever dated, this is exactly what happens. And it's a very positive thing because, I'm setting the example and they're following along. And it ends up being everyone's happy because I feel good because I work out. I just love doing it for myself. And she likes looking at that, and I like it because I feel good. And then she also wants to do it, and she ends up feeling really good because she looks good, right? So it's a win-win situation. So these are some of the fundamentals I would recommend for any guy who wants to keep it going. Is you do have to do the work, man. And as soon as you get the girlfriend or get married, that's not when it ends. That's when it actually begins. And you got to keep rocking and keep putting effort. Make yourself that magnetic, attractive, and charming dude that you were when she first met you. All that effort that you put in the beginning, you still got to do it even after all is said and done. So that is my suggestion to you. If you have comments or questions about this, please leave them down below and I will answer them. Also, please subscribe and like the video. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. And if you would like any personal one-on-one coaching with me, I will leave a link down below where you can book a time that works best for you. We'll see you in the next one.